Offset reform. So these are the changes that are coming as of 1st of July. TV content and film content are going to be standardised at 30%, so there's no longer a 40%, 20% split. Producers' offset quote threshold has increased to 1 million, so previously it was 500,000, and a lot of smaller productions could sort of scrape together some cash and some reinvestment and some deals to get over the 500,000. Most of those productions will not happen because they won't get producers' offset at the $1 million level. So I think there's going to be a significant decrease in independent feature film production in Australia under these new regulations. They've removed the Gallipoli clause, which obviously will affect both documentary and drama, but I think particularly documentary, because a lot of documentaries you do overseas travel to go overseas and interview people and that sort of thing, and those costs are suddenly not quotable anymore. They have removed the cap of 65 hours on series, so there was a cap that you could only claim your first 65 hours for a TV series. That cap's gone, so there will be some people who are very happy about that. They have extended the above-the-line cap to non-feature doco. So previously, if you were doing a doco TV series, say over a couple of years with a producer and a director was the DOP, there wasn't a 20% cap on those. So their fees could be half of your quake application. So now they've introduced a 20% cap on that. So a lot of those fees might not be quotable anymore. They've removed the overheads, so the 5% overheads that you could charge previously has gone, and I think that's a real shame, because a lot of producers, that 5% was sort of how they actually they'd get that at the end and they'd get some producer offset, they'd use that to develop the next project and that sort of thing. So the removal of overheads is unfortunate. There's a cap of copyright of 30% of total expenditure, and this is an interesting one because that copyright, you're looking at music, you're looking at purchasing archive footage, that sort of thing. If you are a documentary filmmaker who wants to do a documentary about the opening of Sydney Harbour Bridge, for example, normally you'd go and buy all this footage and that would all be quotable. Suddenly you're capped at 30% of it being quotable. So I think that's really going to impact some people quite heavily. They're just not going to qualify for producer's offset, and maybe those projects just won't get made because they're not getting producer's offset. To soften all of this, because this is actually going to have a fairly significant impact, the government has given an additional $53 million, some to Screen Australia, some to Screen Australia for development, some to the Australian Children Foundation, that sort of thing. So I think they have realised that this is a fairly, going to impact a lot of productions, and then to soften it, they've just given some extra cash. But that's a very short-term band-aid, result for the industry. All these changes come in on productions commencing principal photography or post on or after 1st of July.